Hi everyone, today we're going to learn how to make pussy willow paintings. So I have some examples of how to draw a vase. Choose one of these that you like the look of. What I want you to do is go into your folder and look at all the colored paper I sent you and pick your favorite color, and then try drawing a vase on your colored piece of paper. I decided I wanted a low, sort of round vase. So I took my pencil first and I tried to draw a vase with my pencil. We don't want to draw it too tiny. We want it to be at least half the size of a piece of the colored paper. Now, if you're not happy with what you drew, you can just erase it and work at it a little bit more until you like the looks of what you've drawn. And then I want you to cut it out. So, I've cut out the vase that I drew, and then what I would like you to do is take out a long piece of blue paper I gave you in your folder, and you are going to put your vase right near the bottom of your paper and glue it down right in the middle. Your vase is glued down at the bottom of your paper. We're going to make the branches that will fit into our vase, and we're going to make branches that have pussy willows. I'm going to show you some examples of what real pussy willow branches look like, and maybe on one of your walks you might go in a forest where there's willow trees and you might see some real pussy willows. So I'm at my house right now, and I actually have some pussy willows sticking out of a fence. As you might have seen these before, but these are one of the first signs of spring. And these are these soft little pussy willows. See if you might be able to find some on a walk. They won't be around very long. Now we're going to go and try to paint some. So people like to collect pussy willow branches sometimes to put in a container to enjoy. And before we paint ours, we're going to draw some straight or slightly curved lines for branches so that we can follow our lines when we paint. So I would go ahead and draw maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 long lines with your pencil to use as branches. Now it's paint time. So we want to get a small container of water again and your paints, and you should probably put down some newspaper or something to protect wherever you're painting. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint our pencil lines with our brown color. So go to your paints, get your brush wet, and then go to your brown paint, and then you're just going to follow your lines that you drew. Dipping in the water, keep getting more brown paint, and try to make your long brown branches. You're done painting your branches. Let your branches dry for a while till they're totally dry, and then we're going to add the pussy willows. Now comes the next part. It's the fun part of making the pussy willows. So what we need to do is get your brush wet And we need to get the gray paint wet. We just want to make the paint wet because we're actually going to use our finger to make the little pussy willows. So I've just made my gray paint nice and wet. Put my brush back in the water, and now I'm going to be using just my pointer finger, and I'm going to make some finger prints to look like the pussy willows. So I'm going to go to a branch, and I'm going to go near the top, and I'm going to put a fingerprint mark with my gray finger like that, so that it looks like a little pussy willow bud. And now I want to do the other side of the branch, and so I'm going to put my finger that way. That one didn't connect to the branch, so I'm going to try it again, like that. And then I might do another one, and I'm going to go on the other side again. So I take turns on each side, like that. Now I might stop there. I could put another one if I wanted, but I think for that branch I'm going to stop there. Now, if your gray paint is getting too dry, you can just make it wet again with your brush. Put your finger back in. Now I'm going to try a different branch up near the top. I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to try to connect it to the branch. There we go. Then I'm going to dip my finger again, and I'm going to try the opposite side, connecting it to the branch if I can. I can always redo it if I make a mistake. There. And when I look at it, I think I might need a little more on that branch, so I will add another one going on the other side. So I turn take. That one didn't turn out too good, so I'll just redo it over top. Okay. Trying to make it look like a bud. Okay, and my paint is getting dry again, so I'm going to make it wet. And I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to turn take on each side of the branch. Give it a try. There's my next branch. And what I've noticed is your paint has to be quite wet. So make sure your gray paint is nice and wet when you dip your finger. I might stop there. On my last one I had 4, and this one I have 4. This one I decided on 3. This one, I think I'm going to add another one near the very end. It's up to you where you would like them. You can always go back and add some more. Now we need to let that dry before we do the final touch. And for the final touch, we're going to need to get clean water and a clean brush. So go change your water and clean your brush under the tap. We are on the last step of our pussy willow painting. I've got my clean water, and now what I need to do is get my white paint nice and wet. And we're going to be using our finger again, so just get the paint nice and wet with your brush, and then put your brush in the water and get your finger ready. We're going to go to the white paint, and we are going to give each gray pussy willow a white fingerprint, and it's going to make it look fuzzy. Now your white might get a little bit of gray in it, and that's okay. Keep going right over top of your gray one. There. And keep going. Just like that. Keep going. So now I've finished putting white fingerprints on top of my gray, and now I look like I have fuzzy pussy willows in my vase, and this is for you to keep at home and for your family to enjoy your nice spring pussy willow painting. I hope you enjoyed painting it. Remember, when you're done painting, to dump your water, clean your brush, and you could tidy up your white again by putting in more water, and you might use like a tissue to get it nice and white again. Clean it up a little bit, and then close your paints up when you're done.